Joining us right now is former Manhattan prosecutor Jeremy Saland. It's good to have you back with it.
Well.
Talk to me about this part of the process. I'm fascinated by jury selection when it comes to the first and the unprecedented nature of just all of this. How long do you think this takes?
It's not measured in hours or days. It's measured in north of a week. 2 weeks is certainly plausible. This is not an easy process. A misdemeanor case could take hours, sometimes even a couple days. A lower level felony that's not too complicated can take days. Unequivocally, with everything that's at stake, far, far longer.
What's the approach or the strategy that you think prosecutors should have as they begin this process today when it comes to the jury?
Well, both parties want to vet out anyone who has bias, anyone who has an agenda, especially someone who might be hidden in that crowd to get into that jury to sort of set what they want to see happen. So I think that's critical. And obviously Donald Trump wants to do that because he doesn't want someone who's going to predetermine his guilt. At the same time, you have the prosecution that doesn't want to set something up for an appeal if there's these bad jurors, for lack of a better term. So it's critical that they're going to engage him, and it's not going to be dry and plain where it's just, I have a question, what's your answer? I expect there to be some back and forth so you can really understand who is that juror, what might they say, what are their views?
And I was actually seeing some interesting reporting on how much social media, not in how Donald Trump will be reacting to the trial on a daily basis, but even in jury selection, how looking into the social media, what's publicly available from potential jurors could play a really big role here.
Yeah, absolutely. In smaller cases, you don't see that. It's pretty quick. You don't have the time to go looking through this. But in this matter, absolutely, because what is someone posting on social media? Are they saying that they have these hard feelings about the former president one way or another, or they're just happy-go-lucky people like you and I and regular folks?
I don't know if you can't put me in the category of
True.
happy-go-lucky. I mean, you, yes, yeah. Absolutely.
You don't know me that well, but let's leave it there.
Okay, so after the jury is seated, things begin, and the jury will then begin to hear from witnesses. We've seen the list of potential witnesses in this case, including Hope Hicks, a longtime aide to Donald Trump, Michael Cohen, longtime former attorney for Donald Trump, and Stormy Daniels among them. Who do you think is the most important of the witnesses?
Well, when you break it the most important, you have Stormy Daniels, who's going to give the sort of the back understanding of why this is all happening. Why is the president even considering this? Of course, the former president is going to deny that relationship, but it's relevant to his intent and what he wants to do. At the same time, there is Michael Cohen, who is the person who's in the room, figuratively speaking and literally speaking. But he also has the most for the former president to attack because he's been convicted of a crime. He's lied and misrepresented. So those two people are critical, but at the same time, there's ample evidence. And remember, Stormy Daniels didn't come out and say this happened. At first, she was quiet about it and denied it. So there's a lot of fodder here.
Do you think the prosecution would like to see Donald Trump take the stand?
Absolutely. Let me say that again, 100%. Now, he's going to play games, and he's not going to say whether, in fact, he will, or maybe he says he does because he wants to keep them off guard.
He says he wants to, but then his legal team says he shouldn't.
Of course not. The man is so bombastic and so uncontrollable that he could sink his own ship. I mean, you would love to cross-examine this former president and have him contradict himself, have him go on a tirade, alienate the jury. He's ripe for prosecution to be cross-examined.
Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves, though. First, we're going to see Donald Trump leave Trump Tower, head downtown to Lower Manhattan, and then, well, let's see what happens from there.
Absolutely.
The sun rises in the east. That's the only thing I know for certain right now. It's great to see you, Jeremy. Thank you so much.
As well.